Want to see around my motorhome? Now's your chance! Hey, I'm Kat from Wandering Bird and I spend a lot of time travelling and working in my motorhome. About 95% of that is on my own. And I have had a lot of requests from people to see inside my motorhome. I did a van tour, well I've had this van now since 2019, so 5 years. I did a van tour probably about 6 months after we got it, showing you all around it, but a lot has changed since then. So if you'd like to see how I store things, how I deal with stuff, any modifications that I've made to my van, this is the video to watch. So this is my van. It is a Swift 685 Escape 2017 model, and I have taken this van so many places and it has done really well. Of course there are bits about it I don't love, but that's the same with any motorhome, but in general I have to say I'm really happy with it. So let's start front or back. Let's start at the front and work our way backwards, and I will show you how I organise stuff, what I've done differently, and any tips that you might be able to take and apply to your own van. And this is my front area. My trousers got wet on the beach earlier, so they are by the window drying. So let's start at the front. Obviously the cab is exactly the same as it always has been. A couple of things that I've modified. Oh hello, hi, this is Mac if you've not met him before. A couple of things that I've modified at the front. Firstly, I've changed the leisure battery out, so I have a lithium leisure battery now. I've done a whole video about that. I'll try and link it up here somewhere. That goes under the driver's seat in the exact same place that the old leisure battery went. And I've also got the MPPT controller is up in the little cubby hole above the driver's head. Other bit is up there as well. Actually, I've got both bits up there. Brilliant. The other thing that I've done is I have an immobiliser and a tracker fitted. Both of those were with Moving Intelligence, and again I've done a video about those, so I will link those in the notes. So I keep my mirror covers down the side here, so it's behind the passenger seat, and I also have a little bin that hooks onto the passenger armrest, which means that as I'm driving, if I've got any rubbish, I can just pop it in the bin there. And up the top, up here above the passenger head, I've got my books. I've got my ACSI book, or the camping card books. I've also got my first aid kit, and I've got one of these that I have to say I don't think I've ever used, but I have got it. In this top cubby hole, I have a load of bits that I might need, things like a torch, a fan, my binoculars, sunglasses, just sort of a box that fits really securely. You don't want that falling out on your head, just full of bits that I might need. In the driver's side pocket, I've got taps. I've also got paperwork, but I only have that in when I'm doing a long trip like this. I've got little bits. I've also got keys for my water tank and stuff because I had to get a new water tap filler, so I now have a different key from the original one. In the top lifty up bit, I keep my logbook. So if you haven't seen it already, this is the logbook that I fill in every single day. It's got lots of pages already filled in, and this allows me to talk about, let me get to a clean page so you can see it. Talk about, I've done like all my pre-trip checks, what the weather was like, what the journey was like, how long it took me, all of that kind of stuff goes in there, as well as where I stayed, what it cost, any sites, any highlights. And then on the back page, you've got a space to write like your favourite moment. And also I have a little photo printer now, so I will print out photos of the trip and stick them in the logbook. It makes it like almost a journal as you go along as well. I love doing that. Oh, a couple of things that I've got actually. So this is brilliant. That is a magnetic phone holder thing for my phone. I'm looking for my phone, I'm filming on it, but that's, it just clips on, so it's really easy. You don't have to faff with making anything wider or anything like that. I've also got a couple of air fresheners. I keep collecting them, and they just all seem to be there. And I've also got some hand cream because I get dry hands. And this is Mac's mat. That's where he tends to stay. I think that's everything that I've changed down here. So this is this area. I just want to show you what it looks like before we dive on in. So under there I keep my Wellington boots. I've also got an ironing board. You see that down the side there? I mean, I don't use an ironing board unless I'm at a show. That's the only time I ever iron anything. But hey, so let's work through these cupboards. So in this first cupboard here is Mac, so that's his feeding mat, which is brilliant, and one of his towels. And I've also got one of these really, really long leads, so that if it's in grass I can tie him outside, not too close obviously to the next pitch, but he can sit outside with happiness. And then in here is all his stuff. Got another really, really long lead, frisbees, a couple of food pouches if I decide to give him one of them. This is just fantastic. This is the dicky bag, which means that if he does his business and there isn't a bin anywhere, you can put his little poo bag in there, zip it up, and you can't smell a thing. Not a stitch until you get to the bin and put it away. It's absolutely fantastic. I recommend every dog owner has them. I have a ball that does not poo, I promise. That is his ball, but it got sandy and horrible, so I put it in a poo bag, and then a whole bag full of toys and treats and things to keep him occupied. I also have his spare lead up there because I've lost his proper one several times. Down here I've got a pretty little thing. Behind this I have my fire safety stick, which is fantastic. I've put a seat cushion under here to try and stop this bed from rattling so much. And on this side, I've got a ratchet strap. Oh, hang on, let me try and tilt that. There we go. So I've got a ratchet strap that just sits under the bed. And I've also put a cushion on there just so the ratchet strap doesn't damage the corner. Now, I started doing that when Jade was traveling with us, because obviously she sat under here and it scared me that the bed might drop down while she was sitting here. Probably don't need it now, but it's in and it's done, and it stops the bed from rattling so much. On this side there are clothes and a laptop case, and on this side that is laundry that needs to be done. That's spare bedding actually, and then there's just a couple of other bits of clothing and things under there. Now under here where Mac is, under there is my water tank. That is obviously an empty space. Underneath that I keep, let me come down here so you can see it, I keep my EcoFlow, genius device, and lots of the wires there. Admittedly, when I'm not using the van so much, they're packed away, but I'm using it all the time. That is my inverter over there. It's a 2000 watt green one that I have got fitted. But that's my inverter. I don't keep it turned on all the time, obviously, but it charges the EcoFlow. Now under here, in this one, it sort of is a pull-out cubby hole. I'll show you what's in that. So you've got to sort of move that forward and then unclip that, and the whole thing slides out. So under here I've got stuff that frankly I don't use all that much. I've got an emergency water container thing for like wastewater. I've got a couple of funnels. I've got the iron that, let's face it, gets very, very little use. I've got a humongous torchlight. I've got the spare bulb pack that don't fit any of the bulbs in my van, but should Mr. Gendarme in France request to see it, it's there. Got a couple of cleaning bits, and that's pretty much it. I should say you are seeing this van in real time. I haven't actually tidied it up. I kind of vaguely put things away for you, but yeah, I'm in the middle of a trip. I haven't spent my time cleaning. So yeah, it's not pristine. Never mind. Right, this side. So in this cupboard I use all the time. So it has stuff that's really, really easy access. So first thing I've got in here, kitchen towel, Hoover, dog shower, toilet rolls, and then under here as well, let me see if you can see, I've got like screwdrivers, I've got a spare thing of Solbio, I've got some kitchen rags or cleaning rags, I've got some 3-in-1 oil, I've got the bag and the chargers for like my Hoover and stuff. So all the stuff that I need quite a lot is in this locker because it's so easily accessible. Now this next one along is a bit more of a faff to get to. There's more cushions and things that you need to move. So in here is all of my tools and stuff that I need access to, but I don't need instant access to. So, oh, this is a rattle stopper. So in there is basically, I've got tape, I've got oil, I've got hoses, I've got screws, I've got bits, I've got a tire inflator. So basically anything that might be needed for like maintaining the van lives in that cupboard. One cool addition I have done is I've put these hooks on the side of the drop down bed. So that is Mac's harness, which means it can dry. And also that's his pour door towel. So when he's been in the sea, which has been a lot lately, they're really easy to grab. Now I don't use this as a drop down bed. As you can see, there is no mattress on this bed. Instead, I call it my loft. So I have got spare bags for storage, always really useful. I have a rucksack, I have a coat and a hat because although it's really warm in the day, it's freezing here at night in the Hebrides. I've got an extra coat up there as well. And then at the back, I don't know if you can see that, I've got my outdoor mat, and I've also behind that got my cover with the eyes on for the windscreen. And they both live up the back up there, really easy to get to as and when I need them. Couple more mods that I've made to the van. I have put these things in which do nothing other than just make me happy. That is a mirror. Hi. If you look at it from the wrong angle, it looks really weird, so whatever. And then on the kitchen side, I've put in this amazing backsplash, which I adore immensely. I tried to do some cool wallpapering, but that's gone a bit wrong, so I need to redo that. Put on a top round the kitchen. In fairness, I will give credit where it is due. Mr. WB helped me do all of that, but that's the reason it looks so neat. I am nowhere near that neat. But those are the good modifications that I have made to the kitchen area. So let me go through the storage. Obviously microwave, and inside the microwave I have the little plate thing and the ring wrapped up in a tea towel so that it doesn't rattle. I know I did it when I did that, but unless we're going over a big bump, it doesn't make a sound when we are driving. Up there I've got my Silve glasses, which are still going strong and I adore them. In here, looks a bit like a mess, but it is actually quite organised. So I've got plates, and each one is separated by a paper plate. I don't know if you can see that there, it stops them clinking together. I've got big ones, little ones, a couple of pasta bowls, little bowls, like snack, like crisp bowls, and a mug. The best hot chocolate in the world. Got this stuff from Iceland. And it is just, oh, is that in focus? There we go. It's just amazing. Then I have my chopping boards on the side here. I have little sandwich bags. I actually have sandwich bags on both sides because I use them to stop my rattle. Got my meds at the back. In here I've got another one of those Contigo mugs because this is my old one. I've also got some plastic mugs. If you have got outdoor chairs, especially like the reclining ones that I've got and love, those plastic mugs go in the cup holder way better than an actual cup, so I use them a lot. And then here I've got tea bags, sugar, I don't think I've got any coffee because I don't drink it. And then on the side I have got mugs for guests. Normally I would say you don't need mugs for guests, but it came in there and it just fits really neatly, so it's fine. And I've also got some actual glasses in the back, but to be honest, I never ever use those. I use those if I need them. And I've got a couple of wine glasses. These do get used. So that's all organised in there. Underneath here I've got a kitchen roll holder, which is brilliant. If you want to make sure your kitchen roll doesn't unravel, squish it like this, and then it just sits there and it doesn't unravel when you are driving. Top tip for you. I have my daily calendar of sarcasm, which makes me laugh. Today's is, every time you get dressed, remember, if you die, that's your ghost outfit forever, which amuses me. I have my little sheeps from Ireland. What else have I changed in here? So down at the bottom there is Mac's bowl. It used to be his food bowl was down there as well, but now I use him as feeding snuffle mat thing. It's brilliant, he loves that. Oh, I have also put a little doormat there, and I've also, before I forget, I've got a little rug that goes under the bed. It's just nice when you get out and you've got a nice soft rug. So I don't store anything in the oven, but under here I have got drawer of kitchen stuff. So this is a knife thing. It's probably not the most efficient use of space. I've only got 3 really sharp knives in there, but it stops them falling out and jabbing anything. In here I've got an awful lot of stuff that quite frankly I don't use all that much. That's a rattle stopper. I've got tongs that get used a lot, barbecue tools, corkscrew that again doesn't get used that much because we tend to buy screw bottles. These are brilliant. These are my boiled egg things. So you can sit the boiled egg on that. It's like a boiled egg cushion. They're really good. I've got a whisk that I can honestly say I don't think I've ever used. That really needs to go now. Wooden spoon, that does get used. Again, more barbecue tongs. Can opener, that gets used a lot. So they're all in there. And what I've done is, rather than wrapping everything individually, put them all in. And then I just block the space with tea towels. And then they don't rattle. Underneath here is cleaning stuff that I use regularly and need access to. So I've got wipes, I've got a couple of spray bottles, I've got a couple of cloths, And I've got things like spare sponges for washing up and things under there. So just stuff that I need pretty quick access to. And also my really diddy, I love this, oh hang on, my really diddy dustpan and brush, which is brilliant. That lives under there as well. I will link all of this stuff to my Amazon store so you can find it if you need it. So cupboard under the sink. This is a bit hit and miss, this cupboard. Again, it doesn't rattle, but I think I could probably do it better. So I've got my ridge monkeys under here, top tip, do the arms in first, and you can get under that. And I've also got a collapsible bowl behind that. That just goes in there. I've got a big wok, which I do actually use all the time, and a couple of these brilliant collapsible saucepans. They're absolutely fantastic. Hang on, let me for you. So there's the saucepan all collapsed. It goes out like that. It's fab. Yeah, they're brilliant, and they just squish down to that size, put the lid on upside down, and it goes in there. And I've also got a collapsible colander as well for draining pasta and stuff. Under here I've got dog food, I've got a few tins. This is a box of Max treats and his food bowl there if I decide to give him some proper food rather than just kibble on his feeding mat. And here I've got some bottles. I've got a few bottles there of water for emergency purposes. They've been there for a while, God knows how long they've been there. Got a bottle of Malibu, that has not been there quite as long. I do get through that. Got my fantastic air fryer, which I love. And then this is the grill pan that honestly I don't use all that much, but it is there, wrapped up with a tea towel to stop it rattling against the bits in front of it. So that is all that cupboard underneath there. So while I'm down there, let me show you this cupboard under the fridge. In here I've got my electric cables, a really good place to keep it. I keep it on a reel. And then I've also got this fantastic collapsible water container that came from the Solbio company, and it is so thick, it's brilliant, because I was going through them when you want fresh water, so I just use that for fresh drinking water, and they live under there. I've also got the handle for the awning because it fell off and I need to find a new way of putting it back up again. Hey puppy. In my fridge, if you want to be nosy and see what kind of food I've got, not a lot because I've been off grid for a while and desperately going shopping. In my freezer, jacket potatoes and chicken and some ready meals, but I can't use the microwave at the moment, so that's fine. And then I've got ham and cheese and some drinks and some salad and some veg and some chocolate, all the important stuff. I've broken this shelf, which is really frustrating because that's where all my sauces and milk and stuff used to live, but now it's gone now, so I've only got the one shelf. Now in the cupboard above the fridge is shoes. Ooh, there you go, let me get that in focus. So I've got these hiking boots, I've got trainers, I've got a pair of waterproof thing, and then right at the back, my Wi-Fi unit. So that is on and going strong and doing a brilliant job as always. So that all lives in the cupboard up there. We're friends, right? Yeah, we're friends. I'll let you see my bathroom. Don't judge me. I'm in the middle of a trip. It's not been cleaned for you. Here goes. So again, I've put some pretty mirror thingies on the bathroom door. And these were to try and fix a hole like this that came from, I think it might have come from this store. Something happened, but this was covered on one of these, covered something like that, and then literally put them on, and then this happened. So I need to find a way of covering that up. But for now, it lives there. So in the bathroom, I think everything's quite standard in this bit. Shower curtain ties back. Oh, I've put this on. This is brilliant. I can't remember the name of the make, but again, I'll link to my Amazon store that's got it in because that is really, really useful. It just doesn't move ever. And I've also hand soap, elastic band around it. That's not moved. Well, obviously the bottle has, but I've had that set up now for years, and whatever hand soap is in there just doesn't move. Underneath here, I tend to keep toiletries and medicines, so that is medicine pouch. Then I've also got my washing tabs and softener for clothes washing and stuff's under there, and then under there is a few more toiletries. I've got another one of those great baskets for cleaning stuff that goes in there. What have I got? I keep my Solbio behind the toilet, and then down here as well is my teeny tiny little toilet brush, which is fab. Again, I got that off Amazon. I'll link to that. That was really, really useful. And then really important thing that I have put on that's changed my bathroom life is I've put one, well, it's 2 really, but this was 1 unit, and then I put a 3rd one on here. So that has all my sort of showering stuff in, so it can drain out. It drains onto the toilet, but it doesn't bother me. And then here's all my dry stuff. So I've got hair stuff, makeup, and then sort of creams and earbuds and lotions and potions and all of that stuff. I've also put a few more of these hooks in, and these ones have got these special connections so that as they go round, your stuff doesn't fall off. So I use that for putting anything that I'm drying and don't want to fall down, often Mac's towels and things. And then I also hang my towel and hair towel from there. In this cupboard up here is more stuff. The hairdryer that doesn't get used very much, spare towels, spare toiletries, sewing kit, spare meds, hot water bottle, and toilet rolls. So that all lives up in that cupboard up there, so it stays nice and dry. So bed. I changed the U-lounge into a permanent bed for several reasons. One, it was just better than having to use that drop down bed all the time, and because I'm quite tall, I found that when I sat up in the drop down bed there just wasn't enough headroom. You needed a ladder. It didn't come down as far as the last one, so you needed a ladder to get on and off. I was scared that Mac would roll off in the middle of the night because he tried to a couple of times. All in all, it just wasn't the most uncomfortable environment, so I ended up using this as a bed for ages with the actual cushions and all the stuff that was here for it designed to be a bed. The problem is, I don't know if you slept on all the cushions, it's just not as comfy. Even with a topper on, it's just not as comfy. So what I've done is I have got a proper mattress made up. I had the mattress made into 3 sections so that I could still get to all my lockers and stuff underneath it. So what I've now done, and it's amazing, is I've got a proper mattress topper fitted, and it's the comfiest thing in the world. Oh, it's just, I sleep like an absolute baby on this thing. It's brilliant. So pleased with that one. Let me just show you under the bed while I remember. So under here is stuff that I kind of want access to, but it's not that urgent. So I've got my slippers, I've got my boots, and I've got a laundry bag. So they all live under there. Now, in the locker on this side of my bed is my Truma unit. There is space to store stuff, but I don't have anything else under it. And on this side, I've got a couple of things that I don't need access to very much. So I've got things like spare bedding. I tend to just take this off and rewash it, if I'm honest. So spare bedding in case something goes really, really wrong. What else have I got under there? I've just got some random, oh, spare clothes. Of course I do. I've got also like spare warm clothes, all that kind of stuff. So that's all under there. But honestly, I go under there very, very, very rarely. So in the wardrobe had a door that opened towards you. So then you had to fight your way round the door to get into it, which was stupid. So taking the wardrobe off and now have all the hangers on. I highly recommend that you get fabric hangers like this one, because they don't make so much noise when they clink. I know I've got a couple of big wooden ones. I tend to use them for hanging jeans and like trousers on, but for everything else I've got fabric ones, because A, they don't take up so much space, but yes, they don't make so much noise when they clink and move together. The bottom here I have one of these fabric pouches that I have all my, oh hang on, all my different socks and underwear in. No, I am not showing you my underwear, you pervs. And then I have some of my electric stuff out because I've been doing some filming. Just look at that view. I will link to the video at the end of this that shows you exactly where I am and what I'm doing here, because it's just absolutely stunning. A couple more mods. I have attached these flower lights, which are really pretty. And then this is brilliant. I've screwed one of these just to the wall, back of the wardrobe, and that I just keep books in. I've got like little bits in, sellotape and stuff, that I find that really, really useful. Up here I made it all look nice and pretty. I've got postcards of places I've been. I've got my pretty butterflies. I got some wallpaper that I put on, which I think I got from B&Q. So I've made all that nice and pretty. In here, all my hoodies. They all live in there. I have a lot of hoodies. I like hoodies and fleeces and things. And this one is technical stuff and electrical stuff and my drone. In this one is, oh, hang on, I'm leaning on the thing. So this is really useful. I have several of these. This is all my gym kit, all my like running kit and stuff. I've got t-shirts and leggings and stuff live there. And then behind there is also a spare blanket. In this one, I've got food stuff. Got these from, I want to say Morrison's, and they're plastic, but they're brilliant. So I've got rice and pasta and cereal in there, and then I've got all my sauces and stuff go in next to it. And then in this one, yes, this is my snack cupboard, don't judge me. Bread and biscuits and crisps and Cadbury's cream eggs, and some part-baked rolls and another mug. I do not need all these mugs. These are all mugs people have given me and I love them, so I take them, but I don't actually need 5 mugs just for myself. But that's it. That is my, oh, one last thing I've done. On the side of the bed, I tied one of these hanging things, and in there I've got things like my inhaler, some hand cream for night time, some tablets. I don't tend to use the bit underneath, although I have kept it on for the weight, but it keeps everything in there nice and secure. And I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else that I have modified. I think that's everything. I hope you found that useful. If you did and you've got any tips out of it, please do let me know in the comments. If you want to know more about where I am and that stunning view out the window, this is the video to watch, and I'll see you there. Take care. Bye.